Hi guys, this is Miki Real, your justice analyst from Belarus living in Germany, and it means it's time for another Eurovision 25 analysis video. And today is a very special video for me because we will talk about my country, Germany. And Germany this year has decided to organize a national selection which was managed and produced by Stefan Raab. If you don't know who Stefan Raab is, he is basically a huge legend of German TV. I think every German person is really in love with him. And he's also very famous in the Eurovision world because he was basically producing each and every entry of Germany in the Eurovision Song Contest from 1998 until 2012. Afterwards, he was also helping with a couple of entries, and he even went to the Eurovision Song Contest by himself in the year 2000. Obviously, his most successful entry for Eurovision in that period was 2010's entry by Lena, Satellite. But he has also discovered a lot of artists who became very famous on the German musical scene, so such a legend. And this year he has decided to create this selection called Chefsache, so kind of a thing decided by the chef, where chef is obviously Stefan Raab. And he was looking for a new star who will again bring this victory to Germany in the Eurovision Song Contest. He has even said by himself that the goal of this selection is to find the next Eurovision winner, and if Germany will not win, then he will not organize it next year. So we had a lot of young, very cool participants. I didn't watch the final of the selection, but I have watched the semi-final, so I have heard all the participating songs. I think there was one which, for some reason, the jury panel didn't really bring to the final, which would have scored a great result in the Eurovision Song Contest. It's a sort of German version of Blind Channel or of Smash Into Pieces, who were both very successful in Eurovision and in Melody Festival. I think this band is super talented, very good live performance. So while watching that semi-final, I was pretty much sure that most probably the winner will be Moskena, the British singer who lives and works in Germany.
Nothing can stop love, or stop the two of us from making song tonight.
Just Mr. Stefan Raab was so amazed by this performance and by this guy, and his vocals were really, really flawless. So I think this entry would have scored Germany probably a result somewhere closer to the top 10. But the winner, who was chosen by the public, was a duo, Abor and Tynna, who are from Austria, from Vienna. They're siblings and they're 26 and 28 years old respectively. Their family, however, comes originally from Hungary. And the guys started to collaborate together in a musical way around 8 years ago when they have released their first single. Kind of a success, but still a limited one, came to them in 2020 with the song Anti-Ally, which became quite popular on TikTok.
So proud, you could do better, better.
But now let's talk about their Eurovision entry titled Bala. So finally we have a song in German representing Germany in the Eurovision Song Contest, and so far it seems like all the big five countries, Italy, France, Spain, UK, and this time also Germany, will sing their songs in their native languages. I think this is super cool and more countries should do that. Last time when Germany has selected an entry in German language was actually back then in 2007. Maybe it was not a huge success, but I don't think that the reason was the usage of German language. But now let's take a look at the lyrics and see what the song Bala is about. As you can see on your screen, the mechanical translation of the word Bala means shoot. I would say some kind of loud shooting, but in German slang the word is quite common and it can mean actually lots of different things, but I would say the best translation would be something like getting loud and like having party, you know, having kind of time of my life. And the same also for the sentence which is repeated in the the beginning, for example, Ich baller durch in die Nacht, which means that I'm kind of getting loud through the night and just, yeah, having a loud, cool night. If you take a look at the other phrases, like it still hurts a little when I see you again, I'm never coming back no matter what you say, between us, a crime scene, or Tatort, which is actually a name of sort of German soaps. You said, baby, I'm sorry for the first time, should have known that that was the end of us. I change perfumes and buy new clothes, I want the end of the world, and well, I guess that's it, I'm shooting or aiming for the stars. So basically, this song is telling us about the kind of breakup which Tynna is going through, and I think she has also confirmed it in one of the interviews. At least this is something what I kind of remember from watching that semi-final of the German selection. So she's just saying how she came over it and how she's just partying through the whole night to just basically forget about that past experience. So yeah, very cool text. Unfortunately, a lot of metaphors or cool phrases which they are using here are not really coming through with the translation. It will probably not work if they will try to translate the lyrics to English, so I'm pretty sure they will perform it in German on the Eurovision stage. But now let's listen to their MP3 track, and afterwards I will definitely take a look at the live performance. So it's MP3 track of Bala, and the word Bittersüß, which you can see on your screen, which is maybe the title of the album or something like that, means bittersweet, whatever. Already from the first seconds, banger. I have heard this song just one time, I can already sing along. It definitely sounds like the music which you can hear on the German radio, which is great. They're showcasing the German-speaking pop culture. The song is just made for dance floors. The song is wild, really cool. This Abor, so the sister of Tynna, is actually kind of DJ. He made remixes for so many songs, and this is very much coming through here. It's just so playful, and the lyrics are also actually so funny when you understand them. It's just a pity it's not really coming through for the English-speaking audience. Ooh, this very cool part where it's kind of slowing down. This beat sounds kind of cheap, but also like a guilty pleasure, you know? Well, obviously, the whole crowd in Basel will dance to this. It's also taking part in the German-speaking part of Switzerland, so it will come really cool there. Yeah, what a different entry from Germany this year. Germany has such a strong electronic music culture, but Germany was never sending this kind of songs to Eurovision. It was always some kind of just generic pop or ballads or maybe even rock, but not this kind of electronic dance bangers. And maybe it could become a success recipe for Germany in Eurovision, who knows? So it's really hard to predict how well it will do, but I'm pretty sure they will get an amazing crowd support in Basel. But now let's first of all see what kind of crowd support they got in the German national final, and I have heard the crowd went really wild on this one. Did you actually know that Abor is a professional cello player? And when I was researching about that band, I even saw his cover of the main theme from Game of Thrones using cello, but I have really not seen this cello coming in here. Yeah, so her vocals are kinda shaky, but I have heard that she was quite sick on that day, so let's just try not to consider it too seriously and focus on the other things here. Well, I definitely like the use of the lasers. I like that they have added those dancers. The German selection didn't really offer any kind of super cool stagings, so they definitely did the best they could with that. But yeah, for Eurovision, they need to work on a lot. But she's having such an adorable aura, you know, like when she's performing and singing for us, she's just looking so innocent and so cool. Really gives me a bit of this Lena vibes. Conchita really loves this, but actually it's also funny. Conchita is obviously from Austria, they're from Austria, so I think Conchita was even extra rooting for these guys to win the competition. Well, she's even laughing because she knows that what she's now singing is definitely not good, but well, if she's sick, it's really hard to judge that. Oh my god, I hope she hasn't really broken this cello. This would be such a pity. Even the way they're dancing, they're performing, it seems like they have so much fun. They're enjoying themselves, but they even wrote the song by themselves. I think they're just so adorable. I think it can really melt hearts of many viewers of the Eurovision Song Contest. Yeah, what a cool song, which I hope maybe will become also sort of viral on TikTok before Eurovision or something like that. So yeah, I have really enjoyed that. So it definitely doesn't sound like a typical entry of Germany for the Eurovision Song Contest, but as you can see on your screen, the results of Germany from the last 5 and 15 years, it's definitely not a bad thing, because Germany definitely is still lacking this kind of success formula. I think they are not really sure how to approach the song contest. It's just such a pity that such a big country with actually highest population among EU countries is just sending some kind of entries which are very forgettable, not memorable, and which are also finishing not so high in the end. So this year we are definitely trying something else to see how well it will do. Germany was trying to send a kind of more electronic dance track in 2020. And back then, Ben Dolic was actually expected to finish in the top 10 in the Eurovision 2020. So unfortunately, the competition was cancelled. Ben Dolic was not really given a second chance 1 year after, which I think is a shame. And now these guys from Austria, I hope, will try to get the result which Ben Dolic was expected to get, but which he could never even try to achieve. You can of course see that in the last 5 years, Germany is dead last 6 out of all the 6 automatic qualifiers of this year. But if we take a look at all the last 15 years, then they are a couple of positions higher, because also last year they had a good result, and also their last place from 2008 is now not considered anymore. So now they're at least better than a couple of other automatic finalists, and for example Switzerland didn't even qualify on many occasions, so it was not really hard to beat them in such ranking. So before we will take a look at the betting odds, let's take a look at how Eurovision fans are ranking this one. And as you can see on your screen in the Eurovision Scoreboard app, currently Germany is ranked 9th, behind Belgium, Netherlands, Poland, Norway, and above Lithuania, Australia, Latvia, Estonia, and still have an actually quite safe gap even towards Lithuania. So I think for Germany, place 9 is really amazing. I think if Germany can really get closer to this result in the actual Eurovision Song Contest, we will be super happy here. And I think Germany can actually do it. If you remember, 6-7 years ago, there was a song in Eurovision by Jost, which was also, you know, just a basic pop electronic track, but they finished so high, even the juries loved this. I think the entry of Germany this year is not so jury friendly, but I really hope that the televoters will support us more and that we will end up at least in top 20. But how do the bookmakers see it? Because obviously in, let's say, 80% of the cases, bookmakers are right. And as you can see on your screen, Germany is currently ranked 23rd, being behind not selected entries from Georgia and San Marino, but also behind Greece and Ireland, but then above Switzerland, Poland, Denmark, and Norway. Well, let's put it this way. If Spain with Nebulosa and Thora didn't really make it into the top 20 last year for Spain, I don't think that Germany necessarily will be in top 20 this year as well, because both songs are kind of very much televoting friendly, not really something what we usually hear on the Eurovision stage. Also sort of quirky performance, not like typical Eurovision super professional divas. So I think they might become a sensation like some other kind of young, cool artists in the last years. But yeah, it's kind of 50-50% chance. It's really hard to predict at this point of time. If we talk about their live performance, there is a lot to work on. Well, the first thing are obviously the vocals of Tynna. I know she was sick, but just let's ensure she will not get sick in May and that she will be able to perform it well, because obviously vocals are still important, even if it's not a ballad but a dancey track. Secondly, I think this kind of visuals, the dark visuals with lasers are good, but maybe they need to add a bit more color, because just blue with black and a bit of white is a little bit forgettable, will blend quite a lot with the other entries. They can also definitely add some kind of orange or yellow color, so just something memorable what will help this entry to stand out. And obviously they need some very strong visuals in the background, because the song is in German, which means the public will not really follow what the text is about, so they need to be captivated by some amazing visuals and some amazing camera work. So that's what I have thought about the German entry for Eurovision 2025 titled Bala. I really like it. I'm really happy that it will represent Germany in the Eurovision Song Contest. Maybe it was not the safest choice from the national selection in order to get to the top 10 or close to the top 10, but well, the most important thing is that the public from the country which this song is representing should love it, and I'm sure that this song will become a hit in Germany, and this is what matters. Please let me know down below in the comments who were your favorites from Chefsache 2025, if you were happy with this winner, and how well you think Abor and Tynna can do in Basel. Definitely like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!